Hello everybody, I'm Iain. In this video I want to talk about my personal approach to the martial arts. There's a little hierarchy that I find useful and you may find useful too. So one of the things I always say is that I'm a martial artist first, a karateka second, and I have no idea what style I am. So I'd like to break down those three individual elements, right? So I'm a martial artist first. Now, I don't want to be a karateka first and foremost, because that would mean that if I saw a training method, a technique or a drill or something I found useful, if I didn't see it within that karate framework, then I may reject it. Because you look at the history of karate, it's a fusion of lots of different systems anyway, and I see no reason why that shouldn't continue. If there is something that I see, then I'm going to bring it in. So for example, when I was training judo, there was some of the methods that they used that I thought that's going to be very useful, and therefore that becomes part of my karate. And I'll do that with anything, okay? So I'm a martial artist first. I'm a karateka second because, my karate is my preferred vehicle by which to explore the martial arts. So all styles are good. If you find one that you really enjoy and you're getting a lot out of it, it's fulfilling your training objectives and it's the right style for you. Karate is definitely the right style for me. I like it in a way that I don't quite connect with the other martial arts that I've practiced and trained in. They've all been good, they've all been fun, but there's just something about the karate that I find really interesting. I like feeling part of that tradition. I like the way that karate structures itself. I like the way that it gets us to learn things. I like it. Of course, there's lots of different karates, right? And someone may practice a form of karate that I wouldn't enjoy, but karate as I do it is definitely the right one for me. It's the lens through which I view the martial arts. It's a vehicle by which I use to explore the martial arts. So I'm a martial artist first and a karateka second. And then I say I have no idea what style I am. So there are subdivisions of karate into styles. Now, this idea wasn't universally liked by the past masters. So we've got Mabuni, for example, saying there are no styles of karate, only varying interpretations of its principles. We've also got Funakoshi, when he was referred to as Shotokan. He said, I have heard myself and my colleagues referred to as the Shotokan school, but I strongly object to this attempt at classification. So, and I fall into that camp. I think one of the dangers with styles is it can become limiting. So therefore, as we talked about earlier, people will see a training method, an idea, a concept, an expression of a principle, but they'll go, yeah, but that's not how our style does it. And then they'll shut themselves off from it. Well, as someone who's seeking functionality first and foremost, and not that style purity, I've long since given up the idea of style. I genuinely don't know what style of karate I am. It doesn't fit into any of the labels. I get asked that a lot, what style are you? I don't know. It's karate to me, I know, which styles I started in and which ones I've studied and stuff, but now because I've put my own ideas in there, I've trained under different instructors who've all had an input into it, we do karate as we do it, and I've chosen not to label it, give it a name. We have a club name, but that's it. And the reason for that is I don't want my students to do it either. If you listen to the podcast, you'll hear me say many times that if Iain Rue ever exists, then I've failed. The whole idea of the way that I like to teach is I go to my students, okay, you need to find your karate. Here's mine. Here's the things I've got. I'll help you find yours. And eventually they'll train with different people and they'll have different ideas and their karate will move on. It'll be their karate, which I feel is how it should be. I do understand that for some people, a big attraction to a style is adhering to that style and being part of that family and doing things in that stylistic way. But that's not me, because I'm someone who seeks function first and foremost. If someone shows me something, I go, yeah, I like that. I'm having it. I'm making it part of what I do. Again, just as was done in the past, it's a traditional way of doing things. Funakoshi talks about how Azato and Itosu would suffer no petty jealousy, he said, and they would send him off to learn from other instructors at the areas in which they excelled. This guy's great at this kata, this guy's great at kicking, this guy's throwing's unbelievable. And we live in such a great time to learn martial arts because there's just an abundance of information out there. So I'll go to the specialists. I want to improve my throwing. I'll go to the judo guys. I'll learn that. And then the elements that fit within the karate framework, because not all of it does. Karate is not judo. But the bits that do fit, I'm going to bring back in. So this is what I found to be a very valuable approach for me and mine. You may not, and that's totally fine. You've got to find the martial arts that work for you, that you enjoy, that are fulfilling your goals. But for me, I'm a martial artist first, a karateka second, and I have no idea what style I am.